Japanese diesel owners figured something out that most American drivers have never heard of, and it could save you over $1,000 the next time that DPF warning light shows up on your dashboard. When that DPF light comes on, most diesel truck and car owners in the United States do the same thing. They panic, they drive straight to the dealer, and they sit in the waiting room while a technician shakes his head and hands them a quote for $1,500 or more. That quote covers either a full DPF replacement or a professional cleaning, and most people just pay it because they don't know there's another option. But diesel owners in Japan have been dealing with DPF systems for a long time, and they developed a precise step-by-step method to clear a partially clogged filter using nothing but a highway, their accelerator, and the right technique. No tools, no removal, no dealer. By the end of this video, you will know the exact speed, the exact RPM range, and the exact duration you need to give yourself the best shot at clearing that filter yourself. And I'll tell you the one mistake that makes most people fail, even when they try this. Before anything else, let me be upfront. This method works for early to moderate DPF clogging. If your filter is completely packed, if your engine won't start, or if you've been ignoring warning lights for months, you're probably past the point where this helps. But if you're seeing early warnings, noticing a drop in power, or finding that your truck regenerates more often than it used to, this technique can bring your DPF back to normal. The Japanese call it the precision regeneration method, and unlike what most American drivers try, which is just getting on the highway and hoping for the best, this approach is specific about every single variable. Let's walk through the whole procedure from start to finish. Step 1 is checking your starting conditions. Before you even think about getting on the highway, make sure your diesel is in decent mechanical shape. Engine oil needs to be clean and at the right level. Coolant needs to be full. Your fuel tank should be at least half full, but 3/4 is better. Run a quick check for any fault codes that aren't DPF related. If your engine has other issues, sort those out first. Also try to pick a day where the outdoor temperature is above 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold air pulls heat out of your exhaust faster, and that makes regeneration harder to trigger and sustain. Step 2 is adding a fuel additive before you start. This is one of the biggest differences between the Japanese method and what most people in the US try. Before the drive, add a quality DPF cleaning additive directly to your fuel tank. Look specifically for products labeled for DPF regeneration support. Win's DPF cleaner and Liqui Moly Pro Line DPF cleaner are two solid options. These additives lower the temperature needed to burn off soot and help break down deposits built up inside the filter. Add the product when your tank is around half full, then top it off with fresh diesel. Let the truck sit for about 30 minutes so the additive can fully mix through the fuel system before you begin. Step 3 is the warm-up. Don't pull straight onto the highway after starting the engine. Let it idle for 2 to 3 minutes until your coolant temperature gauge reaches normal operating range. Then spend 5 to 10 minutes driving on surface streets, gradually building speed and engine load. This phase matters more than most people realize. You need your oil, your coolant, and your entire exhaust system all at proper operating temperature. A cold engine cannot produce the exhaust heat required for regeneration to work. Step 4 is the precision highway run, and this is where the method gets very specific. Find a stretch of interstate where you can maintain a steady, uninterrupted pace for at least 30 to 45 minutes. Set your speed between 62 and 68 miles per hour in a gear that holds your engine between 2,000 and 2,500 RPM. For most diesel vehicles, that means 4th or 5th gear, not 6th. The goal is steady state operation. No accelerating, no braking, no speed changes. Use cruise control if your truck has it. The reason this RPM window matters is straightforward. Drop below 2,000 RPM, and your exhaust temps won't be high enough to burn soot efficiently. Push above 2,500, and you're burning extra fuel without real benefit. That sweet spot pushes exhaust temperatures into the 550 to 650 degree Celsius range, which is exactly where DPF regeneration happens most effectively. Step 5 is watching for signs that regeneration has. After 10 to 15 minutes of steady highway driving, your truck should begin showing you that active regeneration is occurring. Your cooling fans may spin up harder than normal. Your instant fuel economy display might show a dip. Some vehicles have a dedicated DPF regeneration light that illuminates on the dash. You might also detect a faint burning smell from the exhaust, which is completely normal as soot combusts inside the filter. Your idle may run slightly higher when you eventually come off the highway. These are all positive signs. Once you notice them, your only job is to hold those exact same conditions without stopping or slowing down. Step 6 covers duration, and this is where most people fail. They do 15 or 20 minutes, feel like they've done enough, and take the next exit. That is the mistake. Effective regeneration requires sustained high heat over a longer period. The Japanese method calls for a minimum of 30 minutes of steady driving once active regeneration begins, and preferably 45 minutes for a moderately clogged fill. Plan your route in advance so you're not scrambling mid-run. Drive during off-peak hours when you can. If you have to slow down or stop for any reason, the regeneration cycle breaks and you need to restart your timer once you're back at steady highway speed. Step 7 is the cool down. After your full regeneration run, don't shut the engine off right away. Drive at normal surface street speeds for another 5 to 10 minutes to let exhaust and engine temperatures come down gradually. Then, let it idle for 1 to 2 minutes before turning off. This protects your turbocharger and exhaust system after the high temperature cycle. Step 8 is evaluating results. Drive normally for the next day or two and monitor how the truck behaves. Successful regeneration means better throttle response, restored power, smoother operation, and no more DPF warning lights. If symptoms persist, run the procedure again. Moderately clogged filters sometimes need 2 or 3 cycles over several days to fully clear. But if you've run this correctly twice with 0 improvement, the clog is likely too severe for passive regeneration to resolve, and professional cleaning or replacement becomes necessary. Here is the real takeaway. This method works best when you use it early, not as a last resort. The moment you see any DPF warning, notice power loss, or feel like your truck is regenerating more than it should, run this procedure immediately. Don't wait for limp mode. Make this part of your regular diesel maintenance routine, roughly every 5,000 to 6,000 miles, or anytime symptoms appear. Your DPF will stay cleaner, your engine will run better, and you'll avoid the expensive failures that catch so many diesel owners completely off guard. Drop your DPF experience in the comments below. If this helped you out, hit like and subscribe for more real diesel knowledge that actually